Tuesdays with True Love is kicking off. Hopefully, these are... Onward and upward. Here we go, everyone. Oh my goodness. Writing a training plan with me, step by step. I'm going to walk you through my process today, which I've talked about in the past just a little bit, but I want to go into more detail today. And by the end of the vlog, oh yeah, on Monday, I almost forgot. On Monday, I think it was Monday, we talked about this. It's time to look to the future. This is one of the most exciting vlogs that I like to make at the beginning of training blocks because it allows you to dream a little bit. It allows you to think outside the box. There you go. Dreams, goals. I love dreaming at the beginning of a training block because I think it just, for me, it gives me hope and motivation to get out the door and go seek out those pain caves, to go seek out the vertical, especially in this training block, getting ready for Pikes Peak. So anyway, I love dreams, I love goals, but at the same time, for me, I've got to put down on paper the process that I'm going to go through to accomplish those goals. So that's what we're going to go through today. And yes, by the end of the vlog, we're going to do a flashback clip to yesterday where True Love, well, I'll just say it involves True Love, it involves goals, and we'll get to that in a minute. Now, as we dive into writing out a training plan and in a calendar year, I've said this before, but I'll say it again, in one calendar year, so this is my 2020 calendar for training, I have 3 peak races, so we just finished one up. The next one is in August, and the next one after that is in November, okay? But in addition to one calendar year, for long distance running, so on the Facebook group, which is listed down below, people can post their ideas, their thoughts, their questions, and there's some newer runners who are sharing on the Facebook group that they're just a little, I guess say frustrated that they're not getting faster or they're not able to run for more than an hour without taking a break in the middle, which I understand, but I try to remind them on the Facebook group, and I'm gonna say it right now, in addition to one calendar year, building that aerobic capacity, the stamina, the endurance to be able to run for more than an hour or more than 90 minutes, it might not happen in 6 months. It really might take 18 months, 24 months, even longer, sometimes a 2 to 3 year proposition. So I just wanted to reinforce that, like as you're thinking about your annual training plans, think long-term as well. Think 2 years out, 3 years out, even 5 years out. For example, for me to be able to chase down 2 hours and 19 minutes in the marathon, I'm now thinking like it might happen in New York City in the fall if the race happens, but it honestly might be an 18 to 24 month proposition for me from this point, okay? So anyway, just wanted to point that out. And now moving on, so here we go. You've got your A goals and B goals, okay? So in a training block, I've got A goals and B goals. Here's a few examples that I just jotted down that might apply to you. So winning your age division, all right? Let's say you're 55 or maybe 60. I don't know what the age divisions are. Is it every 5 years or every 10 years? I think it's every 5 years. Let's say you just turned 55 and you say, okay, I want to win the 55 to 59 age division at my next local 10K. That's an example. Beating last year's time at the same race, okay? So let's say, yeah, you do a half marathon and then you go back the next year and you say, okay, I want to beat my last year's time by 30 seconds, all right? There's another goal. And then another one, setting a new Strava segment PR. For example, if you're training right now without a race on the horizon, an actual race, you can chase down Strava segment PRs. That's another goal. Staying healthy through an entire training block. That's the last idea. I think all of us aspire to be healthier runners, and so that's a goal that is usually at the top of my list for a training block, because we runners, you know, like once you get into that training regimen, sometimes injuries pop up. So staying healthy through an entire, especially if you're injury prone, that can be a great goal as well. So here we go. My A goal for the next training block is to I'm just going to say, finish at least top 3 in the Pikes Peak Marathon. All right, there you go. That's my A goal for the next training block. And my B goal is to continue to really dial in my plyometrics and my stretching. All right, I feel so much better as a runner when I am on my A game, even though it's my B goal, but when I'm just really dialed in to my plyometrics and my stretching. So that's my B goal for the next training block. Now, as we dive into the actual calendar, writing out the workouts, writing out the volume, these are the 6 questions that I ask myself. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Where should my volume of training begin? So how many miles or kilometers per week or per month? If you prefer to break it down per month, that's fine. I lean toward per week. So where should my volume start? Is it 20 miles a week? Is it 30 miles a week? Is it 50 miles a week? Okay, so there you go. Number 2, how high should my volume go? All right, is it 70 miles a week, 85 miles a week, 115 miles a week? All right, that's 2. Number 3, how long should I take to arrive at my peak volume? Is it spread out over 6 weeks, spread out over 8 weeks? All right, there you go. Number 4, how long should I hold that highest point of volume? Okay, is it 2 to 3 weeks, a month, before I begin the taper? All right. Well, number 5, when should I begin to introduce anaerobic training, speed work? Okay, what point in the training block? And last but not least, especially, it depends on what you're training for, whether it's cross country, whether it's road marathons, whether it's trail racing, of course, mountain running like I'm getting ready for right now, getting ready for the Pikes Peak Marathon in August. How much vertical should I include in my weekly training? All right, so that's the last question that I ask myself. Now, once I have really precise answers to those questions, then I'm ready to start plugging in the numbers into my calendar. Now, I'll just say I prefer personally to look at a physical calendar. I get out my pencil, my good old pencil, and I just start jotting it down, I'm old school like that. So I like the physical calendar, and then what I do is I then transfer it over to my Google Calendar, okay? But first of all, I don't know what it is. It's probably just habit and being able to visualize, okay? Being able to visualize the entire calendar. I just love it for some reason. It really helps me see, okay, oh, this is too close to that. This workout should be moved over here. Ooh, I think I'm gonna get a little more vertical in these 3 days. It's crazy, but this is how I do it. I do a physical calendar, and yes, you can, whether you buy one at a local grocery store, it really doesn't matter, but this is how I've been doing it for as long as I can remember. So where should my volume of training begin? Now, I have a little bit of an asterisk right now. Over the next 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to be doing some unique training, some FKTs. My real training for Pikes Peak isn't going to start until June, okay? So I have a little window here where I'm going to be a little loosey-goosey with the training. Just want to make sure that's clear. But when June hits, when Pikes Peak hits, I'm going to plug in, here it is on your screen, the volume of training that I'm going to start at, all right? There you go. Again, it's all about ascending and then holding the volume and then descending with the taper so that I'm not burned out by the time I get to the starting line in Manitou Springs. So in May, which is in a couple days from now, I'm going to dabble in that 70 to 100 miles a week range, right in there, all right, with quite a bit of vertical. I'll just give you a number, 5 to 12,000 feet of vertical gain per week. Okay, again, May is going to be a little bit of an experimental month as we deal with COVID-19, and there's no races coming up per se. And then after May, I'm going to take a little downtime. I don't know how much yet, probably 3 to 5 days approximately, all right, in late May, early June. And then here we go. We start to build up for Pikes Peak. So that'll be June, July, and then 3 weeks of August for the training block leading. Now, I will carry over the training that I received, the aerobic benefit that I received from May as well. So in June, it's going to be 40 miles a week, 50 miles a week, 60, 70, 80, 90, okay? I'm going to arrive at 90 miles a week and see how I feel. All right, if I need to go a little higher, if I'm feeling good, I'll go a little higher. If the legs are starting to say, you know what, just keep it right there, or maybe even back it off a little bit, I'll back it off to that 80 mile per week mark. Now for the vertical, okay, this one's a little tougher, but I'll say that, again, the range at the beginning in June will be that 3,000 to 6,000 feet per week as far as vertical gain. And there it is on your screen in meters. And that'll be June. July, we'll bump it up to that, 5,000 to 10,000 feet. in July, and then late July, early August, maybe 1 or 2 weeks where I'll go in that 10 to 13,000 vertical feet per week before I begin the taper leading into the marathon. Now, as far as workouts go, you know how I exclusively build the aerobic engine, the aerobic capacity, the stamina, the endurance early in the training block. So June and probably that first week of July is going to be just base building, just big base build, big pyramid building at the bottom, all right? So I can make sure that peak is even higher. And then mid-July, we'll start to introduce the speed work. And there you have it, everyone. That is my process for writing out a training plan. I hope those 6 questions help you as well, the questions that I ask myself before I start putting down on paper my actual volume and vertical and workouts. Also the A goals and B goals, okay? And then keeping in mind the overall annual calendar game plan, but in addition to that, the even bigger game plan of 2 years, 3 years, sometimes even 5-year game plans and training blocks for like those big life goals. You know, for example, oh my goodness, I'll just throw one out like UTMB. Like that's probably a 3 to 5 year goal down the road. So anyway, it's amazing. And question of the day: how do you write out your training plans? What's your process look like? Yeah, even just getting down to the real specifics, like, do you write it down on paper? Do you use spreadsheets? Do you just use Strava? Like, what does your process look like? I hope that helped. I know I covered a lot, and we could probably go even deeper into, as far as volume and specific workouts, but I just wanted to give you a little behind the scenes as to what's happening in my training plans. Summer 2020. It's going to be a good summer, everyone. It's going to be a good summer. So there you go. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Tossing it back to the clip from last night with True Love. Here's a little flashback. It's getting exciting. So it begins. YouTube.
For me?
Tuesdays with True Love is kicking off. Hopefully,
are you serious?
these are for True Love. Here we go. So here's the deal, everyone. True Love has been inspired to get out the door. Henry is 6 weeks old, 8 weeks old.
9 weeks.
9 weeks old. And so it's time. Oh, I better turn the car on. It's hot in here.
Yeah, we don't want to
And
die.
so you open those up.
Oh
Finally,
my gosh.
Finally, somebody gets to open up shoes that's not me.
I am so excited.
So here's the deal, everybody. We are, I think the DGR.
I love you.
DGR virtual races.
Yes.
And, you'd say
5K, I'm coming for you.
5K coming. And True Love ran a half marathon.
When we were dating.
And so, but here's the deal, is we start with walking.
Yes.
Start
Baby
with
steps.
jogging, and then running, and then 5K. So we're going to do a training plan for True Love. We're calling it Tuesdays with True Love. So this is the flashback clip from yesterday, and these shoes are the beginning of the journey. So there you go.
I do just want to say, when he was running his 50 miles and seeing all of your comments and how many of you were watching the 9-10 hour day, we were really pumped. Okay, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Da, 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 da. This is so fun.
Oh my gosh, I love them.
The Nike. Those fancy Nike
That
React.
is gorgeous. This looks like a spa day. It looks like mint and lavender.
Aesthetics are important. Aesthetics are
Oh
important.
my gosh, I love this upper.
So I got.
Oh.
Yes. So the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknits. I went with these because a great crossover shoe between walking and running.
Good.
That's why I went with these.
Good.
So there you go.
Brand new pair of shoes. I love it.
We actually have a similar size foot, and so you no longer have to use my shoes.
Yeah, this is amazing.
So, aren't they beautiful?
Thank you.
Oh,
I love them.
we love you, and so stay tuned.
This is so beautiful.
Every week we're going to try and do a little update.
Wow.
Tuesdays with True Love.
You guys, I am so pumped. I am ready.
And
Henry's our 4th baby. I have loved every one of my babies, and every time of like getting back down to your regular weight, I'm like, this time I am going for it. Did I buy Oreos today? No, I did not.
No, we did not buy
Did I buy
Oreos.
cereal today? No, I did not.
Good job, hun. Boom.
Did I buy Cinnamon Raisin Bran today? No, I did not.
Good job. All right, everyone.
Wow.
Back to
This feels cool.
the rest of the vlog. there you have it. True Love is excited. She's got new shoes. She's ready to lace it up, chase down a 5K. I think we're going to shoot for mid to late July for the 5K. Hopefully there's a 5K, like a real 5K that can happen, but who knows? Maybe we'll jump in a virtual 5K if we have to. So True Love's excited. We're excited. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And let's butter the bread this summer. Let's butter the bread. All right, let's toss it back, everyone. 2 on the right. Right here, not on the right anymore. Right here will be building that aerobic engine vlog. How to build that aerobic engine. Right there, right there. All right, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Onward and upward. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.